So this is another video. I'm going to call it I Love My Alpine. It's a 2014. It's we just came back from a 16-day trip with it, and 5 of the days that we were up there, there's some of the heaviest rain I've ever seen in 20 years up in Yellowstone. We also had 2 days where each morning we had 1 to 2 inches of snow. We had absolutely 0 water leaks as expected, and was very pleased with that. All of the wiper seals on all 3 of my slides I replaced last year or the year before that. The D-seals on the slides are still OEM. I haven't seen a reason to replace those. But let's see if I can make this video a short one so I don't bore you people to death. And so yeah, I love my Alpine. The Rm1350 Fridge, we're looking at the outside outlets. Good fridge. Been working perfect in both LP and electric mode since we bought it. It cools things down to about 32, 33 degrees. The ice cream stays frozen. And we've also operated with this Alpine in 105 to 110 degree in Las Vegas and have not had any problems keeping the ice cream frozen. All 6 of the hydraulic legs are still OEM, no leaks. I have had to replace 2 hydraulic lines that went, one went to a leveling leg and one went to a hydraulic slide. And the reason I had to replace those lines was I was an ignorant old man when I had my batteries out last year. When I put the batteries back in, I got a little close on the hydraulic lines and chafed them, and about 3 weeks later we had a hydraulic leak. So replaced the lines myself with new lines from Napa, and that worry's done. The water heater is a Suburban SW12 DEL. It operates on electric and LP, and as you can see, it looks exceptionally clean. You don't see rust, you don't see crap down here on the bottom. I like to keep things operational and clean. I'm fortunate to have the Suburban furnace, and you can tell it's a Suburban furnace because you can read that decal on there, or stamped plate. But the dead giveaway is there's 2 ports here. One is exhaust and one is intake. If you have the Dometic Atwood, you'll have 1 single port that's a combined port. I prefer the Suburban furnace. I think it's a far superior furnace. We've had absolutely 0 issues in 9 years. Do have 1 cargo bay door that is pitting, and I'm going to take the door off and take it up to the local auto body shop and have them fix it. And I'll zoom in and show you this, and you can see what looks like little holes, and what caused this was moisture got inside the door, and then with the Idaho winter, the moisture freezes, and then of course the exterior of that begins to pop, and that's what you get. So my 2 choices are go spend about $500 for a new door, or take this one off, which is 2 screws to take the whole door off. Screws are right there. There's 1 there and 1 on the other end. Take the whole door off, take it down to the auto body shop, and I'm going to let them refinish it. Not a big deal. After 9 years, who cares? And you can see my project I'm fiddling around with. I'm trying to be cheap and make my own tripod to mount a slimline dish with a single L&B. I'm going to use the what is it? It's the SL3S swim single L&B, and so working on that project. I'm doing that because I am replacing my King Quest dome that I've got it fixed. It's operational now, but the King Quest dome you can see right there, and it's been a good dome for 9 years, but it died on us up in Yellowstone on the last trip. And the bad thing with those automatic domes for DirecTV is the broadcast is only in SD. So the wife wants HD, so I'm gonna see if I can engineer this. If not, they make a whole tripod kit for about 150 bucks. It comes with the new slimline dish, the L&B, the coax, and the splitter and the power inserter. So we'll see if I can do this. You know, one of my hobbies is I'm a ham radio operator and have been for over 40 years. So if I can't figure out a simple dish, maybe I should give the hobby a ham radio up, and that's not likely to happen. We're underneath the Alpine, nothing really much to show up here. I keep my pin or my cable cord tucked up in here out of the weather, and normally on this opening in the earlier months I have this covered up, because if I don't, every bird in the country wants to build a nest up in here. But now they're done with their bird nesting time, so that's not an issue. We'll show you an exterior shot of the passenger side of the Alpine. Looks like a bird crapped on there. Thank you, bird. They do that here at the house. Everything is looking good. Got a little bit of hazing on this side of the Falon, and just a little bit of checking you can see on one of the decals, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I may just peel all these decals off. But the hazing, you know, I get sun from about 12 o'clock until 9 or 10 o'clock in the evening during the summer times, and so this passenger side takes a beating. But this gives you a quick overall view of the exterior of the passenger side, and we'll run around. Well, I ain't gonna run. We're walking around to the back and give you a quick view of the rear end of the Alpine. The cap is in excellent condition. There's no cracking. The ladder is fine. And we'll go back up front and take a look inside the storage compartment for the battery and the hydraulic system. This is a Lippert system, which I much prefer. And you can see I have my levels full, and then I have another level down here. That's where it's normally at when the leveling system's down, and it'll go down to this dot right here when I extend the slides out. The batteries, I run two 6-volt interstate batteries from Costco. They're on their 8th year. They cost me $89 a piece. Specific gravity on them is excellent, and I see no reason to replace them. And one of the big selling points for me when we went to buy the Alpine back in 2014 is the drop frame on the Alpine and the Montana. I went up to buy the Montana, but decided to buy the Alpine instead, because the Alpine at that time had a heat pump and the Montana didn't. So here we are in the basement, and that's a clean basement, isn't it? So organized and neat. Actually, I have everything out because I removed these panels so that I could take a look-see back inside. I wanted to take a look at the Waterworks bay and make sure that the new 3-way brass valve that I installed last year hadn't developed any slow leaks that I might not be aware of. So had all of that out, did a little vacuuming, still got a little bit more vacuuming to do. And then before I put things back in the basement, I'm going to do a little more thought and organizing. And I like Todd Tucker's basement. And there's another fellow out there, can't remember your name, but you guys' basements are awesome. And so I want to get my basement organized. So everything that was in here is out except for the hose. And we'll give this some thought and reorganize and put things back in here. My step material has worn away, and so the wife said, you know, quit being so cheap and do something with this and fix it so it looks better. So that's a project here in the next day or two, a morning project. And we'll walk into the fifth wheel, and you can take a quick peek-see on the interior seals, and you can see these interior seals are in excellent shape. And if you look real close, you might see some white stuff on those seals, like right there. And if you look close right down in here, and we'll take our finger and work that seal out, you'll see some white stuff. That white stuff is baby powder, and that is all that I use on the interior and the exterior seals. It keeps them pliable, keeps them clean, and they work. These seals are 9 years old, and you can see that the cushion seals that the frame of the slide that where it mates, you can see that everything is nice. So what we're going to do now is to go ahead and extend the slide outs and show you the rest of the interior. And before we extend the slide outs, I just wanted to show you these again, these end tables that I made for the wife and I. There's one on each side, and they have worked out just perfect. We have storage up here, and we have storage down here, and those really came out nice. I apologize, you'll see some, there's some drill bits, and you'll see tools and things out because I'm working, doing projects and this and that and the other. But let's go extend these slides and see how they operate. Okay, we're running the slides out now, and the bedroom moves first since it's hydraulic, followed by both of the main slides. You'll see these slides will tip just a little bit right there, and then you'll see the slides move. And you can see how quick, fast, and smooth this slide is moving. This is the one that I repaired the Torndarco on using UHMW. It's nice and quiet, and you can see the fridge side slide moving out, and you can see the motion and the final tip where it locks in place. So that's how your hydraulic slides should work, and the Schwintek electric end wall slides should be even quieter. If they don't, you need to look into it and find out what's wrong. These slides are 9 years old, and they work like hot butter. So let's start up here at the dining table. Right now it's my workbench, and this is the main toolkit that I use when I'm doing minor projects. I find that with this toolkit I can do just about anything that need to be done. Cordless drill I carry in the Alpine. I have a much better, more comprehensive toolkit that I carry, but with a toolkit like this, quite frankly, other than the big size nuts on the hydraulic system and stuff like that, and on the suspension system, what you see here with this $29 kit, I can do 99% of any repair or modification, etc., that would ever need to be done on this Alpine. To the task at hand of telling you how much I love my Alpine, and I'm probably going to get ridiculous with this, but it kind of a little bit perturbed, so we'll just leave it at that. The Alpine, this Alpine's 2014. It was built in 2013. I've had it, this is its 9th season, so it's 9 years old, folks. It's got about 40,000 miles on it. These are the original recliners. They're heavy, and the wife keeps telling me I need to replace them, and she's right. And I will replace them. We were up looking at some the other day that weigh half about what these do. They cost about $700 a piece, but I just told her, I said, you know, I'm really having a hard time replacing these recliners because there is nothing wrong with them. There is not a tear, there is not a blim, there isn't a ding in these. And, you know, we had up until early this year, we had two 70-pound chows that traveled with us with big claws and things like that. And you can see that the furniture has worn exceptionally well. There is no wear on it. We'll just say it like it is. But anyways, all of the MCD awnings are perfect. They work like they should. The windows work. All of the screens work. The original TV set sucks. This one is actually the second TV in it. The original one, I had them replaced before I towed it out. This is an LG. It's not a bad TV, but it's not a smart TV. And so this is the second project to coincide with getting the wife a tripod dish that will receive HD and 4K. I'm going to replace this TV with a 4K TV, and we're going to put a 55-inch in here. This one is a 48-inch. The 55-inch won't fit due to this edging. However, the 55-inch will lay up against this, which gives me roughly 2 inches of clearance plus another inch. And we'll turn the light on so that you can see better. This is the edge of the slide that would move across right here in front, and this is where the TV would be. So with the TV resting back against this on the lip, I will have about 3 inches of clearance back, from the front of the TV out to here. I'll have to replace the articulated arm that the TV's mounted on to get a little more travel that I want. And I'm also going to use 2 straps to hold the TV in place. The original strap is this. It's one strap that goes up. The other piece is laying behind it because I've been working with this satellite. But that's the OEM strap that holds the TV in place. And we'll go as quickly as we can. That's the view of the OEM couch. And as you can see, there's nothing wrong with it. The fireplace is original. It's not a Furion fireplace, thank God. The carpeting is 9 years old and looks good to me. The linoleum, there is not a rip or a tear anywhere in the linoleum. The Dometic Rm1350 4-door fridge is perfect. And as you can see, it's emptied and in storage mode right now. And we have had 0 issues with this fridge or freezer. It's just a great unit. And I'd buy another one without even thinking twice about it. The Dometic Atwood oven and stove, we've probably used it maybe 10 times in 9 years. We like to cook outside, but the oven works 100%, so does the stove. The stove is located underneath here, and it's a good stove, 3-burner. The original microwave that came with it, it's a Whirlpool, and knock on wood, the wife and these damn magnets, pardon my French. She takes out the glass dish when we're traveling and stows it on the bed, but this has been a great convection microwave. Have absolutely no issues with that. And that convection microwave oven is vented to the outside. And let's see, that's the SharkBite vacuum cleaner that I use, and the pantry, and basically how the wife, that's her storage arrangements, that's her department. Kitchen sink, we put our coffee pot up here, Keurig. I did replace the OEM faucet back in 2016 over in Iowa with a Moen, and have had 0 issues with it. You'll see some clutter and mess in here. It's normally a little bit more neater than this, but you know, I'm doing projects and things like that. I did replace the 8-screw junk vents, and I've shown another video of that, but that's what that one looks like. And this is what the other one looks like. And we'll zoom in, and you can see there's 2 brass knurled knobs. When I want to change these filters, all I got to do is reach up there, take those 2 knobs out, drop it down, filters out, put a new one in. I can change both of these probably in a minute or a minute and a half. And it looks nice. Got a nice little frame that doesn't stick out too much, and came out pretty good. We still have the OEM kitchen lighting and the OEM fan. Works good. Haven't had any issues with those. And we'll take a walk upstairs and go into the bedroom. And again, I've got a little clutter laying in here because I've been working. And here's the bedroom AC return vents. And these came out real nice. Queen size bed that we have in here now, and took the king out, put this queen in. It's 14 inches thick, and oh my God, what a difference. I should have done that for the wife several years ago, but I was a little cheap, I guess, but she's got a nice bed now. The bathroom, and you can see there's a sealant gun in here, and there's a reason for that sealant gun, and I'll show you here in a minute. The tracks are pretty damn clean for 9 years old, and my wife doesn't like tracks. I don't like them either, but right now they're working, the doors are working, things are clean. And we'll slide these doors up and into the closed position, and we'll show you why there's a tube of sealant. When we were cleaning the tracks out, I noticed back in the corner back in here that I had a pinhole, and you really couldn't see it. And after looking real close, there was just a teeny pinhole that had developed in the original sealant. And so instead of using the bright white sealant that I would normally use in a bathroom, I tried to match the color that's inside the bathroom interior wall. So, you know, that came out fairly close. It's not as close as I would have liked, but it works. The rest of the bathroom stuff is OEM. The faucet is on the floor because that's how we travel. We put that on the floor. And let's see, what else can I tell you? Dometic 320 toilet. And you can see there's water in the bowl, and that's what your toilet should look like. This water was in there when we left out of West Yellowstone. I have since flushed it and put a little bit more fresh water in. I keep fresh water in that toilet bowl at all times to keep that seal soft and pliable. And folks, that keeps odors out of your bathroom. Let's see, what else can I praise about with the Alpine? The closet doors and everything work just great. And this closet door is our junk drawer, I guess you would say. This is where the you would put the washer and dryer if we wanted to, and you can see that the fittings are there and they are capped off. I have caps on those for a reason. If one of those valves was to fail, the caps with the rubber O-rings will keep hopefully me from having any water up here in the bedroom. You also see a red cap over that black vent. That black vent is where the wash machine would vent the water into when it's doing its cycles. And let's see what's down in this drawer. All kinds of goodies. You can see what this is. If you don't know what this is a roll of wiper seal, and I carry it with me. And it's a full roll. It's 35 feet long. If I had a wiper seal problem while I was out on the road, I can change one in about 15 or 20 minutes at most. Baby powder and an old sock that I use to keep the seals in good shape. And well, that pretty much sums up what's in that drawer. Did replace the smoke detector in the bedroom with a new one, and that works. And I believe in keeping those things functional. The wife also wants a new bedroom television set, of course. So I'm gonna make some measurements on this, and I'll put her in a little bit bigger one. That it's gonna have to extend and come out into these edges right here, which is not gonna be a problem. I've got quite a bit of distance that I can work with, so I'm gonna get her a bigger TV set. I guess, you know, why not? She wants one. The track door in here is decent. The strap is useless, but I left it on there because it's OEM, and I've tried to keep my fifth wheel as much OEM as I can. I use it, but when we travel, when the slides are closed, we take a couple of pillows and put down right in this area here, and then I take a big pool noodle and I put across this area in here so that that door cannot try to come this way and the door can't rock back and forth this way. If you do that, you'll never have a door fall off the track hinges. Also, with your sliding glass doors, if you have those, a lot of people, they flip this lock down and they think that's good to go. If you don't get it down and make that nice hard pop, and it's just down like that, with the road vibration and bouncing up and down the road, this is going to come up a little bit, and then you're going to be going down the road, and this door is going to move, and the first time you hit the brakes, this door is going to slam up into here, and it's going to come up into here and slam and hit, and when it does, one or two of these doors will shatter. So if you don't want to have that unexpected mess, then the very simple way to avoid that is make sure the lock is down. And then you see this blue pool noodle laying there. It's there for a reason. It goes in the track down here up against this sliding glass door. And there's no way that that door, if that lock latch fails, there's no way that that door can come slamming forward and bust. Well, that's as quick as I can do on the interior and the exterior of this 2014 Alpine. I love it. It's excellent. I love the all hydraulic slides. I exceptionally love the Lippard hydraulic system, and I do not like the equalizer system that Alpine is using now. And I will tell you right now, if I was going to go buy a new Alpine, I won't buy one if it has an equalizer system installed. That's my personal opinion. I don't like the system. I don't like the lack of support from Keystone. And I don't like the lack of support from Equalizer Company. So that's a negative on a positive video. And I'll try to wrap this up. We'll pull this shade down, and doing it one-handed and trying to hold the phone. We'll pull the shade down so that we don't get a bunch of UV in here. I have a few more little projects I'm doing and some measurements to make for the wife's new television sets, and some pondering to do on how we're going to install those. All of the cabinets in here are in beautiful shape for 9+ years old. The countertops, the Corian countertops, I think that's what it's made out of. We have no cracks, no dings, no chips in either that or the island one. We have no issues with anything interior or exterior other than the one cargo door I showed you on the other side that's got some checking from water that got down inside. We'll just do a quick visual on these wiper seals. From what I can see from the ground, the wiper seal looks great. And we'll go around to the back of this, and you can see the wiper seal looks great, and I can tell you that the one up on top looks great too. And you can see that the D seals are still in good shape. We're starting to get just a little bit of crack right here, wear through in the D seals. And I'm going to order about, I don't know, I think it's going to take me about 150 feet of D seal to redo the D seal. You have it runs up vertically, and then it runs up across and then back down for each one of these slides. So I have to make a measurement and see how much material that I need. This is a piece of cake job. It's held in, there's a channel that this is held in with, and it's my granddaughters are probably going to do that chore for me. I like to involve my granddaughters in learning how to do things. They're 14 and 16, and they learn quite well. You can see that wiper seal looks good, and we'll take one quick look. This wiper seal here, and that looks good. The bedroom one looks good, and I'm not going to go around to the front and bore you with showing you another wiper seal. I was going to get on the roof, but it's a little bit hotter than I want. We're headed towards about 95 degrees today. If you want to see what the TPO roof membrane looks like after 9 years, look on my YouTube channel. I've got a couple of videos I shot earlier this year, I think back in March or April. And you can see that the roof membrane, it's an Alpha Systems membrane that is what Keystone installed. And it looks very good now. And I expect to get at least another 5 to 7 years out of that before I replace it.